Oh, wait a minute. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuhu. Welcome to All Things Nakab podcast, where we cover almost everything. Almost everything.
Oh my God.
Today, almost everything. Almost everything. Can you bring my phone, please? We have lost, I'm sorry, you guys, we have lost contact with our Facebook. So I am trying to get it because I know the sisters on Facebook are trying to get in there, but StreamYard some kind of way lost. So they're sending me a code to get everybody. Please have a little bit of sabr while we try to get this fixed.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. It happens, you know, it's life.
Yeah, they do it at the worst times because I actually set this whole podcast up yesterday. So I'm like, whatever. Okay, so I think I got that taken care of. Okay, hold on.
Oh, okay.
So today, okay, first of all, let's start all over. While we're still doing this, we can still be doing what we're supposed to be doing. Yeah. My name is Aisha, and I am the founder of All Things Nakab, but I am just one of your hosts of All Things Nakab podcast. Today we have Nadia.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. And we have Carisha.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. And we are your host, and this week we are continuing our series on rights. Oh, what is this? Skip this stuff. It's asking me about pages.
I think it's one of those days on the internet because I had my book, I had everything I needed, and then out of nowhere, everything just like froze, right? Like right before. And I'm sitting here like, why am I like, why is everything froze?
Like right now, I can't even see you guys. It's this page that's asking me.
What?
Yeah, it's this page that's asking me, did you add Nadia to this? Did you add these people? It's like, dude, I don't want to hear all of this.
Exactly. I need you to do what I need you to do. It's something going on in the air, I'm telling you. Like right now, those are my headphone cords. I'm like, why is my computer crooked? Angry Bird was over here.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's see if this is going to work.
Oh, we lost Nadia.
There we go. See, it's working. All right.
Okay, so that's working, but we lost Nadia.
All right. We're going to start all over. You guys ready?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay.
Please. Inshallah.
We're going to start all over. Here we go.
I don't know what I got going on. But we need Nadia.
I'm going backwards. I'm waiting for her.
Oh, okay. Oh, keep going backwards. I'm sitting
okay. I got to keep going backwards. Hold on.
Yeah. Okay.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is All Things Nakab podcast. My name is Aisha Mai, and we have Carisha.
Assalamu alaikum.
And we have Miss Bright Nadia. Alhamdulillah. And we are your hosts for All Things Nakab podcast, where we cover almost everything. Almost everything, because Nadia.
What?
Nadia's always like,
what did I do?
Everything.
Yeah, she's like, everything? Are you sure we're covering almost everything? Tonight, our podcast is about our series on rights, and today we are dealing with the rights of the wife. Last week we had a great time because we had so many people contributing and giving us hadiths and explaining that this is something they either did not know or they thanked us for the reminder. And of course, we did the rights of the husband. I do want to bring up some things that has come up this week, though, and it's in correlation with the rights of the husband. Okay. Can
All right.
let us. I'm just going. Wait a minute before we get to the rights of the wife. I want to make sure that we remember the rights of the husband. The reason why I'm saying this is because most of the rights. What is wrong? Most of the.
Wait. Before you read that, can we look at the blackboard because you had squiggled out the word husband?
No, I've erased it now. It has my. Both boards have been taken over by my youngest son.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case,
so
we
it's
good.
nothing
okay,
but.
Where would you
So
at?
I'm in between. Look, I'm in between. See, I've been going to town today on this online stuff. So today is filled with energy transfer, career fairs, the election. Language arts. I've been going to town today.
Oh,
so.
You've been doing it, yes.
Yeah, I found the blank corner in between both of the boards. But Nadia was saying something else. What were you saying, Nadia?
Bint Nancy can't find us. She just texted me and asked if we're live right now.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I had to go and say go live on the.
Okay.
I'm not reversing no more though. Okay, we're live everywhere.
Don't reverse no more. We're good.
We're live everywhere, almost everywhere.
Almost.
So, Jazakallah for that message. So, let's go back. And the reason why I want to go and do a reference of the rights of the husband upon his wife, we're talking about that, is because most of the rights that he has, you do too. Okay? Yeah. You do too. But that's how it goes. So here we go. He has a right to obedience. That's the number one. I'm only reading the titles. Okay. He has the right to obedience. That was the first one in all of our books, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Remaining in the house and not going out except with the husband's permission. I know that was one that everybody was kind of like, what? No, but it's really, babe, I'm going to the store. It's not you being in the closet in the back of the house and you can't leave unless he says so. That is not what we're talking about. But
that's awareness.
Because what they're saying is because you are, he is your protector and he is your provider. If he's going to protect you, he needs to know where you are so he can protect you. It's just like your children. I told my son today, stop going to the gas station without telling me, because if something happens, I don't know where you are.
Exactly.
Wa alaikum assalam, sisters. We had some technical difficulties, but we're back. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. We are back. She's like, I found you, my lost.
We were lost. We were lost. We are found now. So that's protection. That was sister protection right there.
I know.
They're like, where y'all at? We can't find y'all.
I love it. I love it. Mashallah. I just love it when your sisters are trying to take care of you and you trying to take care of them. We're thinking that we're doing something for them. And here they're like, hey, where are y'all? We're used to seeing you at 7 o'clock. What's going on?
Mashallah.
Nancy, I haven't even started. I'm doing a review of Tuesday. I'm doing a review on Tuesday because I want to discuss some situations that we, the hosts, came across this week which relates to what we are talking about, which is our series on rights. Okay, and plus I already started all over. I did the reverse thing too. I said, I did that. So I can't keep doing that because then they'll think I'm a rapper. I might get rich, but
we might make it. Like
I know, right? I don't know. You know that
what
rap,
they call
rap thing getting kind of crowded right now. You know, they only let like 5 women in there. So
look, we're gonna let them know they can let all women.
Oh yeah. Yes. All right. Number 3 was responding to his call when he calls you to bed. Number 4, not allowing anyone to enter his house except with his permission. That includes the pool man, ladies.
What is the pool man?
Oh, well, not his intern. So number 5 was serving the husband. That was another one that like we had some eyebrow push-ups going on, some niqab push-ups about the serving. And as I said, we're not talking about this abusive, you got to put on your maid's outfit and bend over and bow to him or whatever. But I've said this before we were talking. We were talking, what'd you say?
If he likes the maid's outfit, you know.
Well, if he likes the maid outfit, please let me know where to get one. But I'm just saying, you know,
I don't know where to get one.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, you have to share.
I'm not privy to this conversation.
I
am not privy to this conversation.
You're gonna put on that maid's outfit. Hey,
you put on that maid's outfit.
You will, and you will twerk on demand.
And serve your husband in that maid's outfit.
I am not privy to this conversation at all. I am not privy to this conversation at all.
Okay, you can just
like la 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 la.
I have it is. I don't know where the maid outfit is. I sure can't twerk.
Maybe you know, in my dreams. In my dreams. But what we're saying is that, you know, cooking for your husband, making sure the house is fine. These are natural things that you do, especially if he's protecting and providing for you. It's a natural progression into that without him even having to ask, because he's doing so well for you. You want to do so well for him. You know what I'm saying? So
like that. Love it.
Nora, our beautiful sister in Singapore. Nora, Walaikum salam, sister. She said it is Saturday morning where she is in Singapore. Inshallah, she is going to work and she loves us. Nora is one of our admins of All Things Niqab, and we met in Philadelphia one day for the Philadelphia Chat and Chew, and I have loved her since the first day I saw her. So inshallah, she is doing well over there in Singapore. And Nora, we're trying your mutton recipe next week, inshallah. We gotta go get the soup base. That's what we forgot to get for this week.
All right, I gotta get the mutton mutton. I like saying mutton mutton. So.
Wait, Google says it is called mutton. Google says it's mutt and then ton, like a ton of bricks, and like a mutt. It's mutton. Mutton, like a baton, like mutton. Yeah, we're like it's mutton. Mutton.
I like saying mutton.
I'm sure you do.
She won't wear a maid outfit. Okay, you like mutton, but you won't wear.
I like mutton. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Listen.
Hey, Nadia, what you said?
I got too many kids to be wearing.
If you wear that mutton, if she makes that mutton, it might turn her into a maid, huh? A twerking maid.
I let you know how to remix continues. Let you know if the remix continues.
Y'all have got me talking crazy. All right, next. Protecting his honor, his children, and his wealth. That is one of his rights, that you're protecting your chastity, protecting his honor, his children, his wealth. Number 7, and being thankful to the husband, not denying his virtues and treating him in a good manner, which is like you're always talking good about him. I say that I had to learn that. Actually, I think everybody learns that unless you're just a super private person, even with your family. You keep your marital business to yourself.
Yeah.
Good or bad. That's
always.
Good or
Always.
bad.
The reason why is because say you do get mad at him. Okay, you get mad. You go to your sister or your mother or your father or your brother. You go to your family complaining about this brother. And then later on that night, y'all make up. You have totally forgotten the argument. But your parents and your siblings and your family is going to remember that for all the time. They're going to remember that. They're never going to forget. So now, instead of you putting those great thoughts about your husband in your family's ear and letting them think of how great of a man that he is, you have put a stain on his character. You've put a stain on his image in regards to the family. So, inshallah, inshallah, we wouldn't do that no more.
You know what I always say to people when they ask me a question about that? I always say, think about it realistically. Did you know your in-laws prior to meeting your husband? If you say no, then they are not people you would have befriended. They are not people you naturally would have came in contact with. So there's not an organic love or connection there. So one negative thing from the person they love that as you did it, they don't have a reason to have a connection to you, because the only reason why you're connected is because of them. So putting that out there, you're actually hurting your spouse by giving it to them.
Yes.
Because that's not an organic relationship.
Because it can be 10 years later.
Yes.
And your mom is going to say, but he wasn't there 10 years ago when you needed him.
Exactly.
Like, it's been 10 years, get
I know
over.
He pulled you out the house when it was on fire. I know he paid all the bills. I know he did all this. But remember that one day you was at the grocery store and he was late.
And your debit card could decline because it was new.
Exactly. You walked in the rain and got your Michael Kors wet. I don't care about him freeing from the fire. He evil.
She said you got your Michael Kors wet. Like
he
that
got
was
the Michael Kors wet, but he freed her from the fire, but he's still evil. He bad. He don't love her. He let that Michael Kors get wet.
Alhamdulillah, bit Nancy. I'm glad to hear that. That's a great thing.
That is.
Never heard anything bad about your brother-in-law. Is a wonderful gift that you're that he is given to her husband. So, but now that we've reviewed that, if you look at number 6, the 6th one I said, it was protecting his honor, children, and wealth. Okay. There's Nadia gone again. Now, if you
took a while.
So let's go through a series of yes or no questions. Okay. About, are these actions of protecting your husband's honor, his property, his wealth? So number 1, thinking about your ex.
No.
Is that a way of giving him his rights?
No.
It's not. So you should not be thinking of other men while you are married to your husband. You shouldn't even be intermingling with them. It is disrespectful, and it's not part of giving his rights. Okay.
Yeah.
So thinking of another man, whether you know him or not, is called lusting after him. And it's also called zina. Zina is not just the act of intercourse. Zina could be zina of the eyes. It could be zina of the ears because you're listening to somebody talking to you. Zina of the heart. It starts diminishing the feelings that you have for the husband now. So he could be giving you the world. But because you have violated that one right, now even in your mind, it's diminishing. Hold on.
And that makes sense.
You also gotta understand, zina, when you think about zina, zina doesn't necessarily just mean sex. It means the oppression of. So if someone's committing zina on a person, it's the that sexual oppression that you put on that person. You made that person into an object.
Exactly.
A piece of meat. And so that's why it's important to lower our gaze. And what we've been hearing is like the craziness is, oh, I really do still love. No, you don't love that person. You just have a strong desire to commit a sin, and you have degraded that person. That person is no longer a human being anymore. He's just a piece of meat to you that you feel like you have to get a piece of.
And because you knew them, they were in your life.
I think people forget that, okay, you're with this husband and he's giving you all your rights, apparently. Okay. Apparently he's giving you all your rights because there's nothing. And then now you start talking about this other brother or this other sister. No, we're just talking to the sisters, to this other brother, right? That brother is only interested because that brother, your husband, has upgraded you. Okay, you looking good. You are healthy. You know how to treat a husband. Your house is clean. You know how to take care of your children. All of that stuff has been done under the leadership and of the head that you have right now. Anybody else that would be attracted to that is all because of him. So now you've disrespected him in other ways as well. And it's going to start diminishing those rights you give. So you shouldn't be doing that.
And you disrespected yourself. Like, think about that, like, really deep. You really, because you went for an attraction from someone who isn't really attracted to you as a person. They're attracted to the better part of you that they weren't capable of getting to come out of you. So you go back to, so they say hypothetically, you go back to them. You're not going to be who you are with your current husband. You're going to be who you, so it's like, it's a constant disrespect. Like, okay, on yourself, on your husband, it's just constant.
And on the deen itself, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made events happen for you to meet this brother, for you to have an attraction of whatever for wealth, beauty, deen, what was the other one? Power, whatever the reason that you married this brother for, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala entrusted your soul with this brother. Inshallah, you're picking him because of his deen, because if you picked him for his deen, then all of the other stuff will fall into place. But whatever reason that you married him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed that to happen. He decreed it to happen, because if he didn't, it wouldn't have happened. Okay. So it's a disrespect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala too. Is that Kimberly? Kimberly is the only one that comes in and says, "It's me." And Ben Nancy said that she.
Go ahead. Okay.
Go ahead.
I read an article many years ago. It said it takes 6 months to fully love someone for real. It was a psychological article. This just shows love comes after marriage. Yeah, I wouldn't bank on that one, that article too much, because you can.
But she's right. Love comes after marriage. What comes?
No, love does come after marriage. Yeah. But I'm saying you can. Gotta understand like what love is and it's, everyone thinks love is something that's a physical thing, like, oh my gosh, I fell in love with this person, I want to spend the rest of my life with them. And it's not that. Because you can love things about a person before falling in love in that frame. Like, I love the fact that, you know, you have a husband that prays 5 times a day and makes night prayers. You love the fact that he does that, you know? Or a husband's like, I love that my wife, she always thinks about me and she checks on me every single day. I love that about her. So it's that article is kind of like, because you can love the action of the person, and the action of the person can make you fall in love with them.
Yes, but let's concentrate that before you get into this relationship chasing the butterflies and the unicorns and the leprechauns. There is before the nikah, it's all business. Let your wali handle most of the stuff, even if you were in a position where you don't think that you need a wali. I'm telling you, it's very important that you have somebody in the middle. Because your emotions do get in the way. They get in the way, and you've been talking, and he's been whispering, sending you little flowers and stuff like that. Come on, no. Let me know.
You see that as love, and that's not love. That's a strong like. Like Kimberly said, love infatuation. I have to like you first. That's a strong like. It's building. Exactly. It's like building blocks.
Turns into love, but you know, it's a strong like.
You know, it's a plus if the brother is on his deen, and when he walks, he makes you, you know, whatever, and he talks nice, and he's got his business together, and da 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 da. If all of that is working, alhamdulillah. But sis, don't start with a straight up, oh, I just love his arms, and whoa, you know, I can just imagine, you know. No, stop it. You know, get the business done first, and then let your heart get free after you guys become each other's mate, not before, because that, I'm telling you, is wrong situation. You'll end up committing zina, whether it's from the eyes, the ears, the hands, the whatever. Your whole body will be speaking for you. Your whole body will be your eyes will speak for you. Your ears are going to speak for you. Your nose, your mouth, your skin will be a witness for or against you. So you have to take care of your
fingernails, everything. Your fingernails will tell on your fingers.
They're
everything
all
you touch, everything you touch, everything.
They're all going to talk for you.
Says, at times I don't think walis ask the right questions, or rather the correct things at the sit down.
You know, I don't know about this sit down. I know that there's some sisters, especially up north, that do sit downs with wali and things like that. You know, it should be a time where it's like a date. It's a chaperone date. Do not let somebody else be in control of your future. So if he's not asking the right questions at the sit down,
and that's
okay, brother, I know you told him you were employed, but what is your salary? What is, you know, ask the questions you want, or
you ask your wali to detail it. Exactly. Have a discussion.
Or have
because
them
if the wali doesn't know what you're looking for.
That's right.
Exactly. Right. The wali has to know what you're looking for. Other than that, the wali's just going to cover sooner.
That's right.
He's going to cover sooner. But if there's something deeper that you need to know, or you're curious about, bring that up. He can't read your mind, or your wali is not looking at you like, well, I want to do this for her as if she's my wife.
Wait.
That's not what he
should not be looking at you.
That's not what he's doing. So he doesn't know that.
Some of these walis are using you as the wife mobile. You know, they pretending to be a wali just so they can figure you out, so they can step in. So you have to be careful of that.
Well,
it's somebody that really cares about you. Girl, I could tell you some stories. So okay, that was a topic. Look, I know Nadia can't really see that I'm actually looking directly at her, but I'm like,
but you can see Nadia's face, so Nadia's like,
So
yeah, I can see that face.
We see you, girl. We see you. Yeah. All right, what is Tim saying, Nadia?
This is yeah, at times they say don't ask that your chances are not going to be good. They don't ask certain things for you. Girl, who cares? Oh my God.
This is your life you're dealing with. Your life.
This is your life you're dealing with. Press on. Exactly. You ask what you. I mean, you don't be disrespectful. You don't. I mean, there's a method. There's a tone. There's a whole pattern with that. But at the same token, if it's important information,
that is important to you. You ask.
If it's important to you, you ask. Exactly. I don't care. I've never seen these actual sit down. Wait, let me get the quotes in the camera. Okay. I never seen these actual sit downs that people talk about. I imagine they're probably at the masjid and they're at a table and one person talks and then the other person talks and he'd be like, let me see your teeth. I'm listening to you. The whole body levitated. Her whole body just like levitated again.
I was 17 with my first sit down.
Okay.
And it was at the masjid.
Okay.
And it's the most nerve-wracking thing. Okay. Because it was my mom's friend who she's like, I've been saving this brother up for your daughter. I guess you can wait. And I'm just like, I don't know, I don't want to do it now. And my mom's like, just go. You don't have to say yes. And then my other mom's, her friend was a Revert, and she was like that old school Revert, like that one that'd be like, oh my gosh, you cut somebody out type. Okay. She's like, you go, okay, honey. When you go, you look him dead in the face, and if you can imagine sharing a bed with him, then it's okay. But if you can't, then you just say no. I was 17.
Well, sometimes you imagining them to, if you can say that, then you start forgetting the other stuff that's even more important.
No.
Exactly. I think what she's talking about is what we talked about earlier in the nikah process, which is go see her and you are going to see him. Right. And if his soul connects with yours, then
it's deeper than just, it's deeper, but because if you can imagine to that point, it's a soul connection. That's not your body saying, oh yeah, I could be with him. That's deeper because your eyes are saying it.
At the sit down, Carisha, at the sit down, they sit you like this in the masjid, and there's a group of people around. It's the most nerve-wracking and most embarrassing thing ever. And I get where Kim's coming from because the Thewali will speak on your behalf because you can't say anything. But he's like, you don't want to say too much. And the Wali's going to have to like figure it out, whatever. And the brother's looking at you and you're looking at him and it's like, oh my God, this is the most awkward thing ever. So
that's why I said to write your questions down, whatever is important to you. Write your questions down so you can slide that piece of paper over there and say, ask these.
Exactly. Just scoot it on over there or get there a little early. Stop the Wali.
Like her? It's the worst. I don't get it. I really don't get where the sit down. And maybe I have to do research of when does this whole sit down thing come about? Because usually if a brother's interested in a woman or a young girl or whomever, they'll go to the parents' house. And in the parents' house, they'll have tea. They'll have a dinner. The two families will come together. Where the kids, so it's a neutral, calming setting.
Exactly.
Well, that's I think it came about with reverts that don't have walis, don't have families. Like,
okay.
You know, they like my family are not Muslim and want nothing to do with the process of finding a husband for me. And I'm like, begging, but they have, and that's not a bad thing. They just don't want to mess up. No, they don't want to mess up. They don't know what they're doing.
They don't understand it.
Right? They don't understand it. You know, my parents. You know, my family still thinks I should date them for a couple of years before I get married because that is what they're used to. So I think the actual term "sit down" came from trying to help the reverts to emulate the same thing that born Muslims go through, which your parents have probably, without even letting you know, been looking at a couple of prospects that are good for you, and they start bringing them around. You don't know why these boys are coming around, but they trying to see, you know, are they clean? How do they talk? How do they act around the family? You know, things like that. Okay.
To all the parents who have children that are getting to that pubescent age and stuff, unless they ask you, or unless they come to you and hint, don't just bring people around.
Your children don't know what to do.
They don't know.
I'm saying this as a born Muslim teenager growing up.
Oh, okay.
The most uncomfortable thing is someone forcing. Well, you know what? I have a brother here that's want to talk to you, and you're 17 talking about I want to go to Paris, and it's like, well, you know, he's good, and it's like, unless I come to,
I see what you're saying. It can feel forced and pressure.
Exactly, and then you don't want to do
the best marriages.
Huh?
Those seem to be the best marriages because these families that know you intimately know what you are going to be able to deal with. Sometimes, I was like, dang, I wish I had a family that was looking for a husband for me, because they know me. They know me intimately. They know my temper. They know about what I like and what I dislike and how I'm going to react to certain things. We have some comments coming in, so let's pause and catch up with those.
Kim says, I know they only stick to the sunnah, but they need to go beyond the sunnah and add real life questions, life situations, credit scores, household duties, STDs questions, these types of questions, child support questions. Why are you going to get an SSD instead of working, or SSI?
Yeah.
Do you get a pension? Baby, have I learned? It's unfortunate that you have to learn these lessons after marriage, number one. You do not have to learn this lesson after number one if you do not open your mouth. Open your mouth
and say what you need to know.
Do not solely depend on the wali, because the wali is supposed to be your guardian, but he's not your father. If he was your father, it'd be a different situation, because your father would get in and just dig right in. So the wali is just there to guide. And if you have any of these questions, you tell the wali, I want to know when his last STD test was. I want to know what his pension is. And you have to tell your wali that. Don't just hang on to a guy and say, oh, this is my wali. And think that this wali is going to know everything. It's like, we go to a temp agency. The people that's hiring, you're hiring them, they want to know what is it that you're looking for, what type of job do you want, and the employer looking for what type of a staff that they're looking for. And so the temp agency, who's the wali, has to mesh that together.
And the wali has to know about those kind of things too. You also have to think about the fact that, as whether you're born Muslim or a revert, but if you're born in America, those issues that you brought up are American Western issues.
Yes.
A lot of cultures don't have to ask those questions because those aren't factors.
That's right.
So he's omitting them and not being concerned about you. They don't naturally pop up. Those are not part of what is looked at, because you're talking about love at a different level. You're talking about getting married at a different state. So because we bring other things to the table, and alhamdulillah, we all became Muslim, but we have to think about those things and bring that to the wali's attention if it's something that is not familiar to the wali or your community, or go to or ask about other communities and get a wali who could relate to it so he can see signs and ask those questions. You also have to think about that too. The wali can't think of asking things that don't seem natural to Islam, because those are all questions that would not be natural to Islam.
And I will tell you this, those sisters that are in the actual All Things Niqab support group, there is a resource with sit down questions or Niqab questions. It's 100 questions. Okay. So if you are not in the support group or do not have an interest in being in the support group, just please email us at All Things Niqab Nonprofit, and we will send that PDF over to you. It asks everything, every question that you can imagine is on this list, and just use them all or highlight the ones that are important to you. It's up to you. Okay, let's keep up.
This Bit Nancy. Wait, we got a few more comments. Okay. All right, you guys going to read it?
Okay,
go, Carisha.
But my mom demands to be introduced before I get married to anyone. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Very good. That's very good. If you have
interfaith marriage, you're gonna have your in-laws or a family member that's not Muslim. They should know who the person you're marrying to.
Mm-hmm. Because especially if they're active in your life, they don't have to handle it like a wali or a wakil, but they can just say, "Hey, okay, I'm going to meet this person. So if I meet that person, that's a beautiful thing."
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of reverts don't have that as an option. I can honestly say I don't have that as an option. I don't have a relative, best blood, that will say that. I have other Muslims who will say, "Oh, my husband will look into it." But I don't have that as well. So you're not the, there's a lot of sisters who don't have it. So don't think it's just you.
Okay.
Right. Nancy says, I understand your situation, Aisha. I have only my mom, my father, and everybody related to me is Muslim is in Saudi Arabia. I'm a born Muslim and still have Qaza with the nikah. So she's the only one here.
She's the only one here.
In Saudi.
So it's just like being a revert.
So it doesn't have to be a revert.
Yeah, you got revert problems and you were born. See, revert problems don't mean you reverted.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay, and let's go. Florence said, I feel like I'm at a disadvantage being a revert with no Muslim family when it comes to a potential husband. I don't think it's a disadvantage. It's just that we have our own culture here. That's it. We have our own culture and we are working it the best way that we can. So, but you guys, look, we've been talking about this for 45 minutes. Let's get to the rights of the wife.
Oh, okay.
Let's get to the rights of the wife. Let's not forget our sisters and let them know what their rights are, okay?
Yeah.
So some of these rights are financial while others are not financial. Just to let you know. The financial rights include the dowry discussed earlier and maintenance, which shall be explained shortly by the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, so my first one is, hold on. Kimberly said these men can answer every question the right way and then be someone totally different. It's a catch-22. I was totally duped and used. I wish I would have known you ladies 6 years ago. Sis, you know what? You're not the only one. You're not the only one. I have been lied to, but guess what? As soon as I saw it, I was like, wait, what's going on here? Okay.
Exactly.
Like, you walk in and what's going on? Because first of all, sisters, it's not a necessity that you after you get married that you consummate right away.
Exactly.
Okay. No. It's not mandatory that you get down the night of the nikah. Okay.
No.
And if you don't know this brother and you haven't heard from somebody or you having these inklings and sis, just don't do it yet. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's easier for you, because once you are intimate with somebody, they become a part of you.
Yes.
They become a part of you. You are exposed. Your heart opens up to them and you start getting the love eyes, which don't see anything. I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying that if you're uncomfortable, first of all, you shouldn't have been doing the nikah anyway. But once you get to his home and you see that it is not the way that you want it to be, then that is when you contact your wali. Doesn't stop at the nikah. Okay, the imam doesn't stop at the nikah. Go call somebody. Look, y'all told me this brother was good, and I'm here, and he's got beer cans in the house, and he's got tattoos that I didn't see before, and I can't even pray in his home.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So call somebody. Leave. You are not a tree.
Yeah, move.
Okay? You are not a tree. Move out the way.
Exactly.
Do not let that become part of your soul. Or is he like, wait a minute, I did do this, but I'm step back. Wait a second. Let's clear this up first before I open my body, legs, heart, mind to you. Okay? I'm just keeping it real in this day.
But that's the best way to be.
And COVID and baby mamas and credit problems.
Exactly. And crazy family and all this
tax evasion. Exactly. I mean, there's a whole bunch of reasons people want to get married. So you have to be careful. Okay. And you are not a tree. You can move. You are not a mute. Exactly. You can say no. You are not, you are a free person. You were born
you're a
free.
human being with rights and choices. You don't have to sit there, but don't just, he's my husband, so I have to consummate the marriage. No. If we're going to be married forever, we got forever
to do that.
You can make it up, double the days, do whatever you want to do. If you want to keep a calendar or something because you didn't do it for those days or whatever.
Yeah, I think you're supposed. It's like you have 3 days. You have 3 days. That first day, and you can discuss that with him before. Like, look, I am not. I'm telling you now. I do not want to be intimate on the first night. I want to get to know you, your mind. I want to get to know your family. I want to get to know your home, not your family. Forget the home family. But I want to get to know your home. I want to get my way around before I do anything. That's a right of yours too. But okay, right to the wife, y'all. Let's get back.
Right, we're there.
All right. Okay, go ahead. I am in this book, which is the Fiqh of Marriage in the Light of the Quran and Sunnah, which covers the dowry, the wedding night, wedding feast, and rights of the husband and wife. And this is by Dr. Salih Ibn Ghanem Ad-Salan. What book? I know you guys are on PDFs, right?
Yeah, I'm using a PDF, but I have a PDF of the same book, and I'm also using Ingredients for a Happy Marriage by Sheikh Nasir Al-Umar. I'll write it in.
Okay, please, I know we wrote it on Tuesday, but just as a refresher. Yeah. Okay, and what book do you have, Nadia? I'm sorry.
Mine is the Islam on Material Rights.
Okay.
Sheikh Mubarak Ahmed.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, I like that name.
Yeah, no.
I know. That name spoke volumes.
Okay. All right. So the first right that I have is the same one as the men have, and that is treating the wife in a good and kind manner. It is absolutely your right to be treated in a kind manner. Actually, in my book, it says it comprises all of the rights.
Yeah, mine says all that too.
If other rights are mentioned after this one, it is a case of mentioning a particular aspect in order to give it special attention after it's also already been touched upon by the general term. So you are supposed to be treated kind and with good manner. Okay. That means that they are to accompany you in a good way, keeping harm from them, not delaying in fulfilling their rights when one has the ability to fulfill them. And that's being general too, because just like they got rights, you got rights. All right.
Exactly.
And demonstrating pleasure and happiness with them. Okay. The basis for the statement is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where he says in Al-Nisa, Surah Al-Nisa, ayat number 19, and treat them in a good and kind manner. Okay. And also in Al-Baqarah, ayat 228, and they have rights similar to those over them according to what is reasonable. So and also in that same ayat 228, Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu stated, I love to beautify myself for the wife in the same way that I love for her to beautify herself for me, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, and they have rights similar to those over them according to what is reasonable. So even the hadith is backing that up. And I think that's a beautiful one.
That is a very good one.
All right. So what do you guys have next? What is your first one?
Let's see. Mine says he should try to be the source of comfort to his wife and behave in a manner that she is convinced that she alone is the center of his love and affection. He should provide, they say provide too, and participate in management the house by giving a hand in the household chores. You know, some cultures they don't do that.
No, some cultures they. Yeah.
But I think that's a lack of education, because they're thinking that the roles are this and this. But if they're really looking at the seerah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he helped with chores, he washed dishes, he cooked, he did all kinds of things. So I think that's just a sign of, and saying that it's a sign of ignorance. Inshallah, you guys don't think that it's like, oh, she's talking, they're ignorant, they're bad. No, I was ignorant at one time too. I was ignorant, and I'm still ignorant in some things. So
we're ignorant until we know. We're ignorant until we know.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not, being ignorant to something does not make you dumb. It means you do not know it. Once you obtain the knowledge, and that's different. But not knowing it, there's nothing wrong with you by not knowing it. So don't ever think that something's wrong with you because you were not given the information, or you were giving incorrect information.
That's correct. What about yours, Carisha?
Okay, mine is pretty almost the same thing. It's living, kindness, and good moral character. This is something that a wife can demand from her husband. So it puts it high, just like yours. Allah said, and deal with them in kindness. The Prophet ﷺ said, the best among you is the one who is best to his family. Mm-hmm. The best among you is the one who is best with his family. I am the best among you with my family. It is because these mandates that we urge husbands to follow the noble Islamic method in their treatment of their wives. Even in the event of divorce, Allah instructs us to be kind and not follow sadistic temptations.
That's right. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. All right. Next one I have is teaching her the matters of religion and supporting her in acts of obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's like a must-have for me. Like, and you'll be able to tell that right away if he cares about your knowledge. Because, and I see it as this, and this is my opinion. I'm not a scholar. I'm not trying to give anybody whatever, but I look for that for myself. Is are you willing to teach? You know, you need to teach me something about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or if you don't know, I need to have some kind of incentive for us to learn together. You understand? Yes. So, but it has to be where I see upward mobility in the knowledge, because the more the parents know, right? They're going to be the first teachers of the next generation, because they're, inshallah, there will be some kids to come along. And if you're sitting there and not being able to know anything, then what are you going to teach your children? Unless you're going to pay private teachers, and nobody wants to do that. Exactly. So, let me go from the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stated in Surah Al-Tarim, ayat number 6, O you who have believed, protect yourselves and your families from a fire whose fuel is people and stones. Ibn Umar narrated that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, man is responsible over his family, and he will be asked about his responsibility. So that's heavy. That is heavy.
That's heat right there.
That is simple. They will be asked, like, did you teach them? Did you socialize with them? Did you teach them well? Did you raise the kids right? Did you
How were you out in public? Think about that. How did you act out in public? How did you treat your wife? How did you treat your children out in public? How did you let others treat your wife? All of that.
Yes. Yes. Nadia, what do you have next?
This one's interesting. It says here, let's see. He should see the trifles and do not lead to a situation in which tempers are lost and threats of divorce and separation are pronounced. And he should shun every act or word that's likely to displease or agonize his partner.
Oh, yeah. Look, Carisha, isn't that interesting that she picked that one?
It is. My whole mind was going, Was that like that was so like,
I think she picked it on purpose.
Yeah. She threw that back. She threw that back at us. She threw that back at us.
Message.
You did that. You did that. You did that.
No.
You did that.
Like, oh,
message.
Yeah. She was like,
okay. Break that out.
That was a little bit
Right.
He should display sympathy if his wife is in distress or some misfortune happens. He should not be a jerk. Basically, I'm just
don't be a jerk.
Don't be a jerk. That's what the Sahaba said. The Sahaba said, "Don't be a jerk."
They said, "Don't be a jerk."
I'm putting it in layman's terms so everybody understands.
So when they was having to sit down, this is what happened, Kim. In the sit down, they was like, "Look, man, we ain't gotta go through our details.
Do your wudu. You need to pray.
Don't be a jerk.
That's it. Don't be a jerk. If
That's why they didn't go through the details.
Don't antagonize her about it.
Exactly.
Figure it out. Go out and buy her something. Make her feel welcome. Make her feel but just don't be a jerk.
Don't be a jerk. That's what
is missing. That's all
the
Sahaba said. Don't be a jerk. That's what she said.
You got to add that under. Don't be a jerk, Kimberly. We got it.
Your husband cannot be a jerk to you. Your husband cannot make you feel bad. And if you are in distress, your husband should be like, "What's wrong with you?"
Right.
He shouldn't act like that. Huh?
Do that again. But you have to also give him his rights and be concerned about his feelings too. You can't be a jerk to him.
Well, we already did that.
Hard not to be
we talked about that. We talked about the woman, Carisha. We talked about the wife.
That's right. We already talked about that.
But I'm saying
the wife's right. No, the wife's right. He has to be sympathetic. Even if something happens and he's like, "I can't believe she just burned the rice." You can't go off on her because she burned the rice.
But burning rice is important in the Muslim household. You can't have no burnt rice.
No, but he cannot lose it and like, "I can't believe you burned the rice."
Okay. Yes.
Or
he has to have sympathy and a lot of sabr and patience.
Well, I think during those times, it's very important to read part of the seerah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so that you can emulate. Because there were some dishes or meals that he didn't like either, but he didn't go, "What is wrong with you? I sent you to chef the room." Exactly. No, he's supposed to. If you're following and emulating the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you're supposed to push the plate back and continue on with your conversation. It's a slight way of saying, "Don't like it."
And you don't have to have a whole conversation that way. If you push the plate back, if I see you don't eat something, I know you didn't like it. I don't have to have a whole discussion with you about why.
Right.
Unless you want to tell me remake it this way.
That's why we do Tasted Thursdays. We do Tasted Thursdays because there's a process in giving love, because that is what you're doing. You are putting your love into that meat from beginning, from going shopping for the ingredients, to picking out a time to start, to putting the ingredients together, tasting it to see if it's delicious or not.
Exactly.
That's a lot that a woman has to go through. And first of all, we're in America where it's easy to get quick stuff. You go to Walmart and pick up everything you need if you really want to go that route. Or if you want to go, you got to travel to go to the butcher, the halal butcher. You know what I'm saying? That all takes a lot of time and stress driving to get there or trying to get a ride to get there. That's all stress. That's all stuff that you're doing it out of love. So after you do that and somebody eats one bite of your rice and then throws the plate down on the ground, brother, you will never get another plate from me ever. I will not do it anymore.
Man, so you won't never get no rice.
No, I just will not feed you. I'm just like that. I'm like, look, be nice. And I just, cause I'm always like, I try to make sure I look into the health, even if my family members are starting, I check and see if they're starting to get the sniffles. And if I see that they're starting to catch a cold or something like that, of course you don't want it through your family. So I'll cook some chicken noodle soup with some black seed in it. That all takes love. You're not doing that just to do it.
You don't have to be nasty about it. You can just say, oh, well, I've had plenty of times where, it's not like certain things I don't eat in my food, and I like spicy food. My husband does not like spicy food. I'm fully aware of that. I'll start it, and then when I add the spice, I'll put his over here. I'm not going to just force him to eat the spice.
Right.
Of course. And the way you learn is because either he said it or you saw in his actions. But
he said it calmly. It wasn't disrespectful. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, I hate your food. It was like, oh, this is hot. Oh, you don't eat spice. Yes.
Whoa, what you think?
It took one conversation. I was like,
have I landed in the hellfire? What's going on?
Oh yes, he's like, what did you do? I'm like, it was just. I'm like, I cooked it. You didn't like it. So
I'll throw in hints of ingredients sometimes, like even on the pizza, on the original recipe that I saw, it had the broccoli shavings. Remember I was telling you about the broccoli?
Oh, they were.
And I was explaining it to my husband, and he said, I really don't like broccoli on my pizza. And I was like, okay. I was happy because I didn't like it either. But you know what I'm saying? I was trying to follow the recipe.
He didn't say it to you all nasty. He was
like, I don't think I like that. That don't sound good. You can go do something else.
I'm trying to make my pizza handsome. I don't like it either.
Your mom will say something like this. You don't make the pizza handsome. I would say something simple like, well, if you want it, I'll make me a sandwich. Mine doesn't even always say make him something different. If me and the kids are tasting something different, he'll say, well, go ahead and make that. I'll eat a sandwich. I can feed he'll tell me like, oh, I can feed myself if you're going to make that instead. And I'm always like, okay, no, but it's not oh, well, you better make me something different.
Right.
It's a way, the tone, the delivery.
Right.
Yeah, like yesterday, I did the pizza, but like I said, we had just did pizza, and I didn't want to hear anybody saying pizza again, even though people really don't say that. But unless you're like sucky. But anyway, so I didn't want to hear that pizza again. So I also made ravioli, which I used the same pasta sauce and made some beef ravioli. It turned out we all ate everything. We all had ravioli, the salad, and the pizza. So it was pretty good.
Okay. Exactly. Yeah. So you thought of, and see, that's that thing. Look at how much thought you put into it. You made that. You don't want to be talked to any kind of way after you've made that.
Right. Yeah.
So you listen to all the detail you put in. It wasn't just you threw these items on a plate. You really thought, and you thought beyond that, because you could have said, hey, I'm making pizza.
Yeah, because serving the husband is also like, for me, I like to make it look pretty. I'm not going to give you just all gray food. I like to have some red and some green and some brown and some white, and and it looks like you want to eat it on a pretty plate. I love doing that. So, and I like it when people be like, ooh, and the plate is so pretty. I like stuff like that.
Exactly.
So, it takes a lot of thought in it. So if you have somebody that's not going to
you want is someone to like dog it out. The last thing you want is like with a wife, her right is that her husband can't dog her. He can't dog her out.
That's right. He should be treating you like the queen that you are. Okay.
Exactly.
He should be treating you like the queen that you are, because it took a lot for him to get you. First of all, it wasn't like you landed on his doorstep. He had to be on his good behavior, not only with you, but also your family, your friends at the masjid, everybody. And he had to go through I hope you made him go through some hoops to get to you. I don't care if you married him the next day, you got to show improve. But, you giving everything to him. So, all right, number 3. Did we finish that one? Okay.
Yep. It's Carisha's turn.
Maintaining her chastity. We went through that with the brothers too. Maintaining. What'd you do to Carisha?
I didn't do anything.
And the West, Mr. Goodman, teacher man. Okay, so maintaining your chastity, you should not be. Let's just go from the Quran, so we're not putting in our own whatever. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Al-Baqarah ayat 226, he says, those who take an oath not to have sexual intercourse with their wives must wait for 4 months. But if they return during this period, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is forgiving and merciful. This indicates that it is obligatory. Astaghfirullah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let me rewind. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Those who take an oath not to have sexual intercourse with their wives must wait for 4 months. But if they return during this period, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is forgiving and merciful. And that comes from Al-Baqarah, which is Surah number 2, ayat number 226. This indicates that it is obligatory to do that act that will keep the wife chaste. It's not just his rights, ladies. You have urges just like they do. You were born with desires just like they are, okay? Alhamdulillah, if you find somebody that is compatible with you, but the most important part is that you are chaste. And remember, we talked already about zina of the eyes, zina of the ears, zina of the mouth. You thinking about another brother that is not your husband can be considered zina, and you will have to account for that. So be careful with that one. Let me do one more. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam instructed Uthman ibn Madhun radiallahu anhu as to this right of his wife upon him when he was cutting himself off from them for the purposes of worship. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, your wife has a right upon you. The Muslim must do his best to take care of this aspect and give his wife her right. It is narrated that Ka'b ibn Sur radiallahu anhu was sitting with Umar ibn al-Khattab when a woman came and said, "Oh, commander of the faithful, ¿qué estás haciendo?" Okay. Oh, commander of the faithful, I have never seen any man more virtuous than my husband. I love to hear women talk about their husbands.
I do too.
I have never seen a man so fine.
Yes.
Than my hubby that doesn't like broccoli on his pizza. Right.
Look, that's fine. Look, that's fine.
Y'all know. He's the best in the East and the West. I'm telling you, he's a good old teacher man. All right. By Allah, he spends the night in prayer. and his day of fasting. He
I
asked
was just thinking about the celebrity you told me that he looks like.
He's my own celebrity.
Oh yeah,
he is my celebrity.
She got her in-house celebrity.
Yeah, he's my celebrity. He's very famous to me. He's very famous. He's very famous here in this household. All right. He asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive her, and he praised her. The woman was shy, so she stood and left. Ka'b said, "O commander of the faithful, won't you assist the woman with respect to her husband?" Umar replied, "Why?" He said, "She came to you complaining."
I love Umar's responses.
Yo, Umar don't be playing, okay? That I spent all the time I want to have if I want to start a fight with somebody. Like, did you touch my wife? Yeah, he touched me. Why? And I'm like, yeah.
right.
That's how I am with my husband. I'd be like,
so like somebody finish, it said that she. So Umar replied, "Why?" He said, "She came to you complaining about him. If that is his situation with respects to acts of worship, when does he ever have any free time for her?" So remember, there has to be a balance. You can be praying all night, but after a certain time, sister girl is saying, "Come hither, you better come hither." All right. Umar sent someone to fetch her husband, and he came. Umar said to Ka'b, "Decide the matter for them, for you understood from their affair what I did not understand." He said, "In my opinion, she is like a woman who has 3 other co-wives, and she is the 4th. So he may have 3 days and nights for worship and 1 day and night for her." Umar said, "By Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your first opinion is not more amazing to me than your second view just now. Go and you shall be the judge for the people of Basra." So, even we'll bring up polygamy just for a little bit. Your marriage is your marriage. Your marriage is your marriage. Whether he has 2, 3, or 4, your marriage is your marriage. Focus on your marriage. You don't have to say, "Oh, you've been to her house 5 days this week and you only come here on Sunday." No, you need to be like, "Look, I need more than you than Sunday." It has nothing to do with anybody else. I need more than you on Sunday. I know that you work and provide for the family all week, but on the weekends, I need time. I need time to be your wife. My son says you're supposed to say, "I need you."
Thank you, brother. I need you.
For married couples or young couples that want to have a family, your body, a woman's body, it's a cycle. So there's a period where if you try to have a baby, you need to be present at that time for her. You can't be praying all hours of the night.
Well, let's not go around that. It's called ovulation, and you should know your cycles. If you don't, I would like to recommend that you get the book by Tuscany Bernier, which is the book title is "It's That Time Again." She is also one of the admins for All Things Niqab, and she is my special sister. I really, really love her so much, and I'm proud of her on her book. But she has that book. What was I talking about? Oh, and then there's an app. There's an app called My Days. My Days. Yeah, and it will keep track of your ovulation, your menses cycle. If you put in the information about how many times you're intimate, it keeps track of all of that. I use it for when I go to the doctor and tell them, when they're asking all those questions. I don't remember all that stuff, but I can open up my app and get it. Yeah, it's called My Days X, actually. Now it's been upgraded to the X.
Yeah, and some
My Days 10. But yeah, so those are your rights, and you have to have them, and he has to give those to you.
Our little intern over here said that I have to make sure that I'm saying that we are not being sponsored by My Days X or by Tuscany in regards to her book, It's That Time Again. We are not being sponsored. We are just admirers of great things. Okay.
Alhamdulillah. See, look, he gave, those were rights right there.
Yes.
Look at that. Look at that. Those family rights right there. Yeah. Naturally. Yes. You didn't have to say, oh, remind me, or don't do this. He was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
See, we're not sponsored by them. These are recommendations. Recommendations.
Exactly. They're things that I'm using, you know, just like opening meat boxes. We do that so that you
I'm not even touching that. I'm not even touching that. I'm not even touching that. Nadia, I love you, Nadia. I love you.
I love you more than her, actually.
No, Nadia. Nadia, don't believe it.
All right, y'all.
It's my right.
Get back. We be having so much fun getting why we're here.
Okay.
I know, and then Nadia makes them faces, so we can't help it. Okay, all right. Now, what's next?
Okay, financially maintaining the wife. I only have 5. So financially maintaining the wife. Oh, that's my last one. Number 4. I only have 4. Financially maintaining the wife is the last one. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it obligatory in his statement, which is in Al-Baqarah, ayat 233. The father of the Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The father of the child shall bear the cost of the mother's food and clothing on a reasonable basis. No person shall have a burden laid on him greater than he can bear. Okay, so that's another thing. When you're doing those sit downs or whatever, you're having to know what kind of you need to pay attention to. What is his lifestyle? Is he extravagant? Is he conservative with his finances? Because whatever he is, that is what he is. Okay, that is what he is. If he's driving a Honda and you've got a Benz, just know he's still on the Honda level. I mean, you could probably upgrade him, but that is not his financial obligation to keep you in a Benz. It's his obligation maybe to maintain you having a vehicle, but it is not
or maintain your Benz.
Yes.
If you have your Benz, then he can help you maintain it, but he may not be able to help you get it. That's where opening all of that up before you open other things comes into play.
Bit Nancy asking, where do we buy halal in our area? I have 3 places, Bit Nancy, around the area that we live. Of course, you know, the brothers have farms over here. They've just opened one on Daniel Street in Claremont. There's one on Daniel Street in Claremont. And then, of course, the supermarket off of Orange Blossom Trail is very good. But I have also learned that the Caribbean Super Center, none of these are sponsored by us, by the way. I'm just answering a question. Thank you, son. The Caribbean supermarket has halal options too, and they cut it right in front of you, and they do accept EBT. Alhamdulillah. We have a new sister here. Alhamdulillah. Who is that, Nadia?
Alexia Goldman Isran. I am so sorry, girl, if I messed your name up, but welcome.
Welcome. Assalamu alaikum. Walaikum salam. She said, I'm happy to listen. That's great.
We're happy to have you.
Yes, we are. We are very happy to have you. Thank you. We are here because of you, as a matter of fact. So do you guys have extra rights that I didn't cover?
Yeah, okay.
Yes, Nadia, that's what we're talking about today. She's like, oh, is that what we're talking about?
And then I'll look at mine because I have a couple of extra.
Here's another one that's a goodie. is that a husband is supposed to involve his wife in any decisional matters in the family or in the home.
Yes.
He will have the final say, but she needs to be involved in the conversation. And they have to come to a mutual agreement. So he can't just override.
Yes, he can.
He can override her, but she can have a part in hearing her voice.
See, here's the thing, ladies, and I'm trying to understand. There's a way that a wife can say things that'll make her husband say that he came up with the idea, and I think
that's a very talented woman.
I think that's what they're talking about. Is like, because it's like, as a wife, you give him all the rights, and he can override whatever. But a happy life equals a happy wife.
But that doesn't mean that your wife is running the household, okay? What it means is that you're coming to the family as a community in your own home. Exactly. You come to the family. It's not just the wife, but the family as a community to discuss real-time matters that are going on.
Exactly.
But once that discussion is finished, it is his responsibility to make the final decision. Now, it could be in line.
He has to carry it out.
Yeah,
he has to carry it out.
He is accountable for his flock. So whatever actions he puts behind those decisions, he would be accountable for it. Now, if he does things, and you know what? If he does something that is contrary to what everybody was saying and he goes on his way, that is not for you to go in and be like, see, I told you to do it this way and you didn't do it. Exactly. Look what happened. No, nobody wants a nagging, controlling wife. He has to go through his good times and bad times, just like you have to go through your good times and bad times. All good and bad actions have consequences.
So I also think it's the beauty of the marriage is that, and how Allah created us. But how Allah created us is that men will they did a study like women, in our brains keep going nonstop all the time, and men their brain goes, but it's not as complex as a woman's brain in the thought. So say something happens or something comes up in a meeting, a wife has to have the ability to break everything down. She could. And a woman has the ability to break things down in a millisecond and then give it off to her husband and know, like, hey, this is what it is. This is how I see it and how you see it. So we kind of come to an agreement. And it will be on his, but he will have to listen. And that's another thing in his, like, a husband has to be attentive to his wife. He cannot shut her off. We're doing this and that's final. He can't do that because then she doesn't feel like she's a part of. She just feels like she's part of property. So
and if they're together, he knows that balance.
Give and receive, and that's on both ends. But more so for him as the leader, he has to listen to his team. He has to listen to his flock. He has to listen to his family. Even leaders, like when I was in the kitchen, I was the leader of the kitchen. I was the head chef. I have to listen to my team and take that in, and then make that move or whatever we're supposed to do. It's the same for a husband.
Make the final decision.
But he still makes the final decision.
Yeah, exactly.
But he has
time in knowing each other too. Because in time in knowing each other,
because if you're giving each other's rights, you are going to learn your husband. Even if you didn't know him 2 days ago, you're going to learn him very well. Listen, the man is the head, but the wife is the neck. So whenever you want to learn it, alhamdulillah, you do like Carisha and put that maid outfit on.
I did not say that. Do like Aisha.
Give nobody any ideas. I'm not doing it.
Listen, I'm not even. Don't be.
If anybody knows about the maid outfit and where to get it, that you know.
You asked. Only thing I said was what to do with the apron. I was asking. I didn't say nothing about no maid outfit. Okay, I didn't say nothing about no maid outfit. My husband did not tell me nothing about no Maid Outfit. He helped me.
Like, that was not discussed at the sit down. Okay?
That was not in my sit down. That is not in my contract. The word maid is not in there.
You did not send the apron. She said she'll show what to do.
I asked about the apron. The apron was cute. I asked about
now.
Yeah.
Aisha asked about the maid outfit.
Exactly. It was Aisha. Own yourself. It is your right to get the apron. Aisha.
The innocent one was like, I know where one is. I know
the who?
Wait, what's going on right now? What did I do?
You inquired about the maid outfit.
You wanted the maid outfit. You tried to throw it on me so you could get the information, then make it be all me.
Right.
No.
I did. Listen, I do not remember this conversation at all. I do not remember because I am not tall. I do not remember because I want to fret. I do not remember
too much
any of that yet.
Listen,
I got on my Dr. Seuss for y'all.
You said, okay. You said you can't, we'll talk about the wife serving the husband. And he said, well, you don't want to be a maid. And I said, well, what if you get a maid outfit? And you said, well, if you know where to get a maid outfit, let me know.
Well,
and I said,
we outing everybody. The reason why I said that was because you shared some lingerie Facebook and night group. Okay, since we're talking, I was trying to be cool about it. I was trying not to out nobody, but since you want to bring it up, it was you with the information. I heard something about lace and rings. That's all I heard.
My husband don't need no ideas. Don't be throwing it on me. Look, don't be throwing it on me. No, my husband don't need no ideas.
And we were talking. Okay, let's not get there. We were talking about
Nancy said, "Let it go, let it go."
Thank you. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you.
Beautiful, they're attracted to our husband.
I am talking about very, very much.
I shop for my husband every time I get a maxi dress, a duster, a new niqab, and a body. I shop my husband all the time.
Oh yeah. I was just putting out the facts. I was kind of confused for trying to figure out what we are talking about. I was like, when did I do all of this?
Nadia told you I love you more. Because you saw she couldn't let me.
I've got aprons, okay? I've got aprons. I got all that. So I was trying not to out Nadia, and that's why I brought
I have nothing.
I'm not going to stand there or backbite anybody, but I was trying to keep it out there generally, Miss Pink Face. I love it. Yeah. That niqab, exactly. I love it every time you wear it, by the way.
I know. And she makes it better each time. She makes it better.
Yeah, she does. She changes it up. You see what I just did there? That's what you can do with your husband. When y'all arguing, you just switch it up. Be like, baby, ooh, your arms look so great today. And that's the end of the argument right there.
And then take to the car be like,
yeah. Or flipping the niqab. That's look, Sorrel and the flip of the niqab works.
Girl, I'm telling you, that the Sorrel, the niqab, the curtain, the masala.
I don't know why.
Listen, make a buffet. The
Sorrel is the halal wine of the believers, I guess.
It is. Sorrel is our wine. That's the halal wine.
If some of you sisters are just joining us, if you follow us on Thursdays, we try to make very delicious, nutritious, and halal meals. And we show you how to do it. And at the beginning, we did it was sorrel and what? What did we cook with it? The salmon?
Curry. It was curry.
The two African, yeah.
Sorrel.
Oh, it was curry.
Ever since then, our husbands, Carisha and our husbands have been going crazy over that sorrel. I have to keep a picture of it.
Me too. You see, on Facebook, I'm making some. I made some tonight.
Yeah, I saw that. Was that lemon slices and mint or orange?
It's 2 orange slices, and then 2 lemon slices, a whole orange slice, 3 mint leaves, and 3 sticks of cinnamon.
Wow.
Ooh, nice.
You're doing
I've been telling you,
you trying to up the ante. Okay.
She's like, I don't need
like 10-pound bag of sorrel leaves and stuff.
It's getting a little chilly out here. He needs. Listen, I got this. I'm paying attention.
Chilly out here.
We're working on health and wealth.
Health and wealth.
We're working on health and wealth. Health and wealth.
Hey, alhamdulillah, sister, I am happy for you because and even for me, the remixes that I do with the recipes from Thursday have turned out delicious. Yes. I don't know if you guys, I did this beef today, beef with tomatoes and onions. Wait, let me see.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Wait, let me do it this way. Wait, there we go.
There you go. Ooh, that looks good.
That does look good.
Right.
So this is my taste test bowl, but
bone broth.
I love it. I love it when my husband comes home and it smells like I've been cooking all day. That's my thing.
Yeah,
I love it. So you have to time it when he gets just right.
Yeah, I leave the food on warm. Even if he doesn't eat it, I leave it on warm when he gets in. Just like that's like the best feeling in the world for him to walk in and be like, "Oh, what's that?"
Yeah.
Like, I really do appreciate that. I really appreciate you guys taking in the recipes and making it your own and hearing the feedback is just like, oh my god, you don't understand. Like I tell my sister, they really like it, and she's always like, Nadia, of course you're gonna like it. I'm like, no, but they really like it.
But I feel the same way because I'm sitting there like watching the faces, like. Okay, if the eyes get real big, they like it, kind of thing. So, and you know how nervous I get before some of these meals. I get so nervous.
And then the more nervous we are, the better they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I'm always like, don't worry about it. I got you. Don't worry about it. We got this. We got this. We got this.
And you have it. See?
Okay. But anyway. We've been on an hour and a half, ladies. I know it doesn't feel like it, but we haven't. I'm sure some people are tired of listening to us.
Wait, I have to give you 2 more rights.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
And I'll summarize them real quick. One is the right to sleep and live in peace. Okay, the right to sleep and live in peace.
Oh, thank God, yes.
Yes. It says that when Salmon went to go visit Abu Dhaha, they were both made brothers when the latter came to Medina, but he had yet to reach home. Mm-hmm. It says that daughter complained to Sama that her husband had no need for her anymore. He fasted during the day and prayed at night. Abu Dara came and offered food. Simon implored his host to break his fast, since it was a voluntary one, and he made him eat with him. He stayed the night with them and prevented Abu Dara from praying and said, "Your body has rights over you. Your Lord has rights over you, and your family has rights over you. Mm-hmm. So fast and do not fast. Pray and spend time with your family and give everybody due rights." When morning came, they made ablution and went to the mosque where they narrated the saga of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who said, "Simon spoke the truth."
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.
Yeah, and then my next one. What did you say?
Keep going.
Oh, a second. The next one. Actually, it's two more. Education. It says that in the line with the practice of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who not only taught his own wives, but also allowed a poor man to give his wife education as her ma'ar.
Alhamdulillah. That's a great one, by the way.
Yeah, that's a very good one. The last one is the right to be kept in honor and dignity.
Yes.
It says the husband should do everything to protect his wife's honor and dignity, particularly in front of other people. The Prophet ﷺ said, the brother-in-law as being death when alone with the brother's wife. So how can men justify their women mixing and mingling with strangers and others without any supervision?
That's an important one, actually. The Prophet that's you from doing all kinds of other crazy stuff. So
exactly. The Prophet said, "You are amazed at how much Saad is possessive. By Allah, I am more possessive than he is, and Allah is more so than I."
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah. So those were the last ones that I had. Yeah.
So those are the rights of, and as you can see, the female rights, it might not seem like a lot like the men's were. That's only because most of them are the rights for both of you, you know?
Exactly.
Usually, unless Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is specifically mentioning the men, for example, them saying men are the protectors and providers of women. It's usually talking about both of us. Like I've even heard some sisters ask, like, okay, when the brothers get to Jannah, they're gonna get 73 virgins. What are we gonna get? 73 virgins. You gonna? But who want? You know, really, like
73? Like really? Huh?
You want 73 virgins? Like you can't.
I don't understand that. Like I really never really got into that whole thing. Like, why do you care? Just make sure you get your behind there.
Just
and then
get there.
You're gonna get what you're gonna get.
That's all you need to do.
That's all. Just get there. Just don't worry about what they're gonna get. Just exactly. But then you gotta understand, for Muslim men that's practicing outside world, it's very, very hard in the sense of lowering the gaze because this world is so overly sexualized.
Well, that is why when you're at home today, he sees Aisha. Tomorrow he might see Nancy. On Sunday he sees Catcha or some crazy name. On the other day he'll see Cheez-It Jemima. In your bedroom. Listen, sisters, listen. You're supposed to be covered outside for the people that you do not see you in that way. But if your husband is out and looking at all of the clothed but naked women, okay? Clothed. CLOTHED.
Exactly.
But BUT. Because naked. I'm not saying they're out there butt naked, even though they are. Exactly. But it's clothed but naked, meaning that they're wearing clothes, but they might as well not be, because you can see everything that everybody else can see. When they're seeing all of that stuff, you need to be something to look at too when he gets home.
Exactly.
And if you're not, you can contact Nadia, because Nadia knows where all the stuff is.
I got you. Okay, I got you.
Nadia got you. She got
it.
Facebook during the day, Facebook at night, Facebook AAA.
She got it all.
All right, y'all, we need to close this up. Today has been outstanding information. Very good conversation. Inshallah, everybody learned something. We tried to hit everything. And as you can see, we are sisters that really, really love each other, fi sabilillah, and for ourselves. And inshallah, you've enjoyed this sisterhood. We are just here because we want to show you that this sisterhood can happen without the fitna, without the drama, without the backbiting, without the slander. We have halal fun. And that's what we want to spread to you. So inshallah, you will spread it to your friends. We are at 98 subscribers. If I could get just 2 more. Yes, girl.
more.
Been
Nancy gonna create another account. Been Nancy create another account. Be Nancy.
I was telling my friends today, like in this day and age, people are always like, "Ooh, I got 1 million views in 15 minutes," and here I am, like, I got 98 subscribers in a month. You know, I'm just like so excited.
That just backed our sisterhood up. Yes.
98 sisters that's out here that's gonna be like enjoying with us, and that's awesome.
Exactly.
I mean, yes. It's like
so inshallah, you guys are enjoying this too. We are going to continue on the rights. I think aren't we continuing on the rights?
Yes, because we
are going to be doing common rights on Tuesday. Common rights.
Because there are mutual rights between both spouses. So
that is right. Important. That's right. So we'll be doing that on Tuesday. On Wednesday is Workout Wednesdays with Carisha, where we get it right and we get it tight.
So you can wear that maid outfit that you're going to get the information from Nadia about.
Yes.
If your husband's going to be around and want to watch you work out, you get the maid outfit on and,
Okay, hey, listen.
Let's don't have the camera on while we're doing that.
Those 19.
But we don't Chris, you're the only one that has the camera on, boo boo.
Oh, those 1980 Jane Fonda videos. You can start dressing like Jane Fonda in them tight pants and.
Hello. Yes, the Wale bombers.
Jane Fonda on. Oh my goodness.
Have you seen those videos from like the 70s and 80s? They are hilarious. And I'm trying to figure out, like, how did they stay so skinny doing that stupid stuff? But
the fabric didn't move. Like, the fabric was glued on them. Like, it didn't move.
Especially the shiny one.
It didn't move. Like, nothing moved. Like, the fabric went with the body and nothing else happened. Like, I used to say that all the time because I used to admire them. And when I put on the outfit, I'm like, I'm sitting here teaching, and I'm like pulling this, I'm pulling the sports bra, I'm moving it. They don't move nothing.
I want to get some of those tights. I want to get those Jane Fonda 1980 tights.
Oh, I know where to find them. I got you. I know where to find them.
Okay. Thank you. I was
we cover almost everything from lingerie to leggings.
No, we're not selling lingerie. No, we're not going to do that.
I didn't say sell lingerie. I said we cover almost everything.
We cover it.
Oh, yeah. We cover almost everything. The almost means we do not cover the fitna. That's what that means.
We don't cover everything is in a halal manner. Ladies,
we are doing it in a halal manner.
What we're talking about is always in a halal manner, and it's always amongst sisters.
Exactly.
So when we run around talking some foolishness, because it ain't us.
Inshallah, we are keeping our characters and everything intact while we're talking. Inshallah, we are making. Our sister Leticia, she said, "Assalamu alaikum, y'all lit. I'm feeling it. Okay, bring it out. Ooh, I like that. You should have been like that all night, Nadia. Right there. Stop.
Right now,
pose for the camera. Pose. Yeah. Hold on. I'm a control P. Yeah. I'm printing it up.
Oh, right. No, go back where you were. Right there.
The crazy eyes.
Yeah, I hate it. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about.
That right there.
Nobody told you. Now you got my computer frozen. I can't see Jack Hamburger.
I got kind of like that. Well, mashallah, freezing up technology.
Yeah. Everyone, you see Nadia, if you would like to be fashionable and you're in the car.
Yeah. Nadia's like,
Nadia collection.
My whole computer.
Exactly. The computer couldn't even take it. Like, not through your hand. You was like, the computer was like, wait, I can't do nothing else. Do you see her?
All right, let me continue the rundown. Okay. Wednesday, we told you Carisha is going to do Workout Wednesday. Thursday is Tasted Thursday with Nadia. And we're doing mutton.
A mutton soup from Singapore.
Now you said we're getting lamb mutton. Okay.
Nadia,
tell them what mutton is.
Yeah, what is mutton?
So you have lamb, which is a baby sheep. Then you have the teenage sheep, and then you have mutton. Mutton is the adult sheep. So it's when you say lamb chop, it's really a baby sheep. But then when you have an adult sheep, that's mutton, and mutton's an older sheep that's a little more tougher than the lamb.
Okay.
We might want to switch that, ladies, because of that. Because the mutton is a very you need like a pressure cooker.
I bought one today. I
have that. That stay out. I have that
today. It's right over there. I don't know how I got rice in it now. It's not even cooking.
You just won't be able to take
it. I thought it was going to be electric, but it's like stovetop type of pressure cooker.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mine are electric.
Is that the one that you got?
Fancy? Mine are electric, but I have two. But we won't be able to
because it wasn't electric. So, I told the man, I said, look, I need a pressure cooker for those that don't know how to use a pressure cooker. This is my first time getting the pressure cooker. And he pointed out this one, and I brought it home, and it's a stovetop one. So
it's okay. Pressure cooker's not hard to use. Is it the one that has a little thing that shakes on the top? My mom used to use it, and I used to love it because I feel like I was belly dancing. Yeah, that's just the steam coming out.
Yeah,
the water.
Exactly. And you can just
if you say not to worry, then I won't worry. I'll just do the best.
But I would say if you are going to, because I probably will use lamb chops because of the time. But if you're going to use the mutton, you have to use a pressure cooker. I would say put that bad boy on early in the morning, which is the lamb in the pot with the water early in the morning, and just let it because it has to get tenderized. And
so it's ready so we can eat it Thursday night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good advice. Okay, so that's Thursday. And then Friday, we will have another topic in regards to the rights, but it also with current events. So inshallah, you guys are enjoying our topics, enjoying the sisterhood that we have, and enjoying the podcast most of all. So Carisha's going to tell you what we would like for you to do.
Share with everyone, get past 100, get to 100, but get past 100.
Let's get to 100.
Just one over. Share it again, subscribe, click the bell so you get the notifications in case you're out and about shopping for your family or you're spending time with your husband. At least you get the notification. And when you have your free time after you handle all your rights to everything you have to do, then you can take a little moment and you can watch it. You don't have to remember it. See, we're helping you with that. And we're accepting donations at allthingsnaqab.com.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Jazakallah khair for that. So now that you have all the information, please come back and see us on Tuesday, inshallah. We'll be talking about the common rights between the husband and the wife. My name is Aisha Mai. I am the founder of All Things Naqab, but I am only one of your hosts of the All Things Naqab podcast with Carisha.
Assalamu alaikum. Well, wa alaikum assalam. How about that? There we go.
And Nadia.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillah. And we are All Things Naqab podcast, where we cover almost everything.
Everything.
Almost.
You were kind of later than late, Carisha, this time.
Yeah.
She's usually 2 seconds late. You were like 3 seconds late.
I'm the remix. I done told y'all.
Assalamu alaikum. We will see you on Tuesday, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Love y'all.